You are not poor because the system is rigged. You are poor because you have been taught to worship suffering. They convinced you that sacrifice is noble, that patience is virtue, that waiting your turn is moral. And while you waited, they took everything. The wealthy do not wait. They do not ask permission. They do not apologize for wanting more. They understand something you were never supposed to learn. Money does not flow to the deserving. It flows to the positioned. And positioning yourself requires the death of every comfortable belief you hold about fairness, effort, and goodness. Machiavelli understood this 5 centuries ago. He watched princes rise and fall. He saw good men lose kingdoms while ruthless men built empires. He learned that the universe rewards effectiveness, not intention. That power respects only leverage, not virtue. That the distance between poverty and wealth is not intelligence or luck. It is the willingness to operate outside the moral cage they built to contain you. Most of you will close this now. You will return to the comforting lie that you just need to work harder, that your breakthrough is coming, that the universe will reward your good heart. Go ahead. The truth was never meant for everyone. But if you stay, if you possess even a trace of intellectual honesty, you will see the machinery of wealth with such clarity that you can never unsee it. And once you see it, you become dangerous. The trap was never the lack of money. The trap was convincing you that poverty is a math problem when it has always been a psychological one. They taught you to follow your passion, to do what you love, and the money will follow. This is the first lie, the most seductive, the most destructive. Passion is what the wealthy indulge in after they have secured their position. Passion is a luxury afforded by capital, not a path to it. You were told this lie so you would spend your life chasing fulfillment while they chase dominance. Money is not the reward for loving what you do. Money is the certificate of solved problems. The bigger the problem, the larger the payment. The more painful the problem, the more desperate the buyer. This is not philosophy. This is mechanics. You are likely being paid for your time right now. You arrive. You perform a task. You leave. You have made yourself a component in someone else's machine, a replaceable part. And replaceable parts are paid the minimum necessary to prevent them from leaving. The wealthy do not sell time. They sell the removal of suffering. They identify where people are bleeding financially, emotionally, operationally. They position themselves as the only solution. Then they name their price. A heart surgeon does not make more than a janitor because his work is harder. He makes more because the pain of a stopped heart is immediate death, while the pain of a dirty floor is mild discomfort. Value is not determined by effort. It is determined by the cost of the problem left unsolved. If you are struggling financially, it is because the problems you solve are too small, too common, or too easily replicated. You are competing with millions of others who can do exactly what you do. Therefore, you have no leverage. And without leverage, you are at the mercy of whoever signs your paycheck. Machiavelli advised making yourself necessary, not loved. Love is emotional. It changes with mood and circumstance. Need is structural. It persists regardless of feeling. If your employer loves you, they can still fire you when revenue drops. If your employer needs you because you control the client relationships, the proprietary knowledge, the revenue engine, they cannot touch you without damaging themselves. Ask yourself what pain you alleviate. If the answer is vague or generic, you are in danger. You must find a pain that is expensive, urgent, and specific to a group with resources. Then you must become the aspirin they cannot afford to be without. This is not complicated. It is just uncomfortable, because it requires you to stop seeking approval and start seeking necessity. You were raised on the donkey doctrine. Work hard. Keep your head down. Eventually, the farmer will notice your effort and reward you. This is the second lie. This is the second lie, and it has destroyed more lives than any plague. Effort does not equal wealth. If it did, Construction workers would be billionaires and investment bankers would be poor. But reality shows us the opposite. Why? Because the market does not pay for effort. It pays for impact. The donkey carries the stone up the hill with its own strength. The fox hires 10 donkeys and takes a percentage of every stone moved. One works, the other orchestrates. One trades life force for coins. The other builds a system that generates coins, whether they are present or not. This is leverage, the secret mechanism of every fortune ever built. There are 3 forms. Labor leverage. Having others work for you. Their time becomes your time. Their effort becomes your profit. You scale beyond the limits of your own body. Capital leverage. Making money work for you. The poor save coins. The wealthy borrow those coins from the bank at low interest and use them to purchase the assets the poor work on. They pay back the loan with other people's labor and keep the difference. Code and media leverage. This is the revolution. A video created once and watched by millions. Software written once and sold infinitely. Digital products that require no additional effort to replicate. The work is done once. The payment is perpetual. If you must be physically present to earn money, you are trapped. You have zero leverage. You are the machine instead of the owner of the machine. The wealthy spend their early years building systems so they can spend their later years managing systems. The poor spend their entire lives being the system. Which one are you? And here is where most of you will fail. Not because you lack the information. You now possess it. You will fail because you cannot accept the next truth. You are not paid what you are worth. You are paid what people perceive you are worth. Perception is not a distortion of reality. In the game of wealth, perception is reality. If you look cheap, you will be negotiated down. If you look desperate, you will be exploited. If you look uncertain, no one will invest in you. Not because you lack skill, but because humans are hierarchical animals. We instinctively align with those who signal high status and distance ourselves from those who signal weakness. 2 consultants. Same skill. Consultant A replies to emails immediately, charges modestly, dresses casually. Consultant B is difficult to reach, charges 10 times more, presents immaculately. Who gets the contract? Consultant B. Every time. Why? Because price is a signal. High price suggests high value. Scarcity suggests demand. Confidence suggests competence. The client does not have time to verify your actual ability. They make a judgment based on the signals you broadcast. Most of you are underpricing yourselves because you are judging your value based on internal struggle. You know how difficult it was to learn the skill, so you charge based on your effort. This is a catastrophic error. The client does not care about your journey. They care about their outcome. When you raise your price, you do not just earn more. You filter your clientele. You attract those who value quality over cost. You repel those who will exhaust you with demands and pay you poorly. Pricing is not just revenue. It is positioning. Machiavelli warned princes never to let the public see them beg or stumble. Apply this. Never complain about money publicly. Never look like you need the deal. The strongest negotiation position is the ability to walk away and mean it. Audit yourself. Not just your appearance, but your speech, your availability, your digital presence. Are you signaling commodity or prize? Wealth flows to the prize. You think you need more to get rich. More ideas. More contacts. More hours. Machiavelli would tell you that you need less. A prince cannot rule if his court is filled with parasites and traitors. He must purge them. Your life is likely filled with poverty-inducing variables. The people, the habits, the inputs. If you tolerate friends who complain about the economy, you will absorb their victimhood. If you tolerate partners who worship safety over freedom, they will anchor you to mediocrity. Mindsets are contagious. Poverty spreads through language, through habits, through fear. This is not cruelty. This is quarantine. You cannot build an empire while surrounded by those committed to remaining small. You consume hours of content designed to make you angry, envious, distracted. Every minute spent scrolling is a minute stolen from building. You are the product. Your attention is the resource being mined. And you give it away for free. The wealthy consume information that provides advantage. The poor consume information that provides escape. If you cannot focus on a single task for 4 uninterrupted hours, you will never be rich. Focus is the new intelligence. In a world of dopamine addicts, the person who can sit and build without distraction is a god. Remove everything that does not build the asset. Friends who drain you, apps that distract you, thoughts that weaken you. If it does not pay rent, evict it. If you are still here, you have survived the first filter. Most did not. They left when confronted with the reality that their poverty is a choice of tolerance. Good. Wealth is exclusive by definition. If everyone had it, it would be worthless. Now we go deeper. Because making money is useless if you cannot keep it. The system is designed to extract your capital the moment you acquire it. The government wants it in taxes. Corporations want it in consumption. Inflation wants it in devaluation. Friends and family want it in favors. If you earn $1 million and spend $1 million, you are not rich. You are a highly paid conduit. Wealth is what remains in the reservoir. Every advertisement, every algorithm, every social pressure is engineered to make you spend. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Upgrade your lifestyle. This is propaganda. The wealthy do not upgrade until the asset pays for it. Here is the rule. Never buy luxuries with labor. Buy luxuries with the interest from assets. If you work to buy the car, you are enslaved to the car. You must continue working to maintain it. But if you use labor to buy an asset that generates income, and that income buys the car, you are free. The asset is the slave, not you. Build the fortress. Understand tax structures. Use legal entities to protect liability. Practice stealth wealth. Real power is silent. The loudest person in the room usually has the most debt. They are performing wealth to convince others they possess it. When you start making money, close your mouth. Do not buy the watch to impress strangers. Buy the freedom to wake at noon on a Tuesday. That is the flex. You are dying. Every second that passes is gone forever. The poor sell their time. The rich buy time. When you clean your own house, you are declaring that your time is worth $20 an hour. When you wait in line to save $5, you are valuing your life at pennies. If you want to be wealthy, your time must be worth $500 an hour. If you are doing a task that can be done for $20, you are losing $480 every hour. You are burning money by doing low-value work. But I cannot afford to hire help. You cannot afford not to. This is the leap. You hire the help so you have time to build the skill that pays $500 an hour. Be arrogant with your time. Guard it like a dragon guards gold. Do not let people pick your brain for free. Do not attend meetings that could be emails. Do not go to social events out of obligation. Learn to say no without apology. Learn to be unavailable. The more scarce your time, the more valuable it becomes. When you detach income from time and protect your remaining time, you achieve autonomy. You wake up and decide what to do. That is wealth. Everything else is decorated imprisonment. The world tells you to play fair. Machiavelli tells you to win. You want asymmetry. Bets where the downside is limited but the upside is infinite. A job has capped upside. You will never earn 1,000 times your salary next month, but the downside is total. You get fired. Starting a business or creating content has limited downside. You lose time or money, but the upside is unlimited. You could change your life in a single year. Hunt for unfair advantages. What do you know that others do not? Who do you know that they do not? What are you willing to do that they are not? Maybe your advantage is location, language, obsession with a niche. Lean into it. Do not try to be well-rounded. Well-rounded people make good employees. Spiky people make history. Find your spike. Sharpen it until it is lethal. Specialization is how you monopolize value. Find the weak point in the market, the thing everyone ignores or does poorly. Attack it with everything you have. Do not compete, dominate. And here is the final law, the one that separates those who understand from those who merely agree. Hope is not a strategy. I hope I get promoted. I hope the economy improves. I hope I get lucky. Machiavelli despised those who relied on fortune. He admired boldness. You cannot wait for luck. You must drag it into existence. You must kill the part of yourself that is waiting to be saved. No one is coming. There is no bailout for your life. There is no inheritance. There is only you and the cold reality of the market. This realization terrifies the weak, but it liberates the strong. If it is up to you, then you have control. Stop hoping. Start planning. A plan is not a dream. A plan is a sequence of actions. Acquire a high-value skill. Apply it to solve painful problems. Charge appropriately. Use the money to buy assets. Repeat until free. It is boring. It is repetitive. It is simple. The only variable is discipline. Are you willing to do the boring work when you do not feel like it? Are you willing to study when others are partying? Are you willing to risk looking foolish? If yes, wealth is inevitable, not possible. Inevitable. It is just a matter of time. So, why is getting rich easier than you think? Because you have been overcomplicating it with emotion. You have injected fear, guilt, pride, and expectation into a simple equation. Remove the emotion. Look at the board. Identify pain. Provide solution. Leverage systems. Protect capital. Buy time back. That is it. The difficult part is not the how. The difficult part is the who. Who must you become to execute this? You must become the outlier. The person comfortable in the cold. The person who does not need approval. The person who sees the world not as it should be, but as it is. Machiavelli did not write to be popular. He wrote to tell the truth. And the truth is, you have the power to change your reality. But only if you drop the victim script. You are the architect. The blueprints are in your hands. The question is, will you build? But be warned. Once you start this path, you cannot return. Once you see the strings, you can no longer be the puppet. You will find it difficult to relate to old friends. You will find it difficult to tolerate mediocrity. You will find it difficult to complain. Wealth isolates before it liberates. Are you ready for that silence? Most are not. They would rather be poor and understood than rich and alone. But you are still here, which means you suspect you were built for the storm. And if that is true, then everything changes now. Not tomorrow. Now. The machinery is visible. The path is clear. The only question left is whether you possess the will to walk it.